For listening. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment below if you're so motivated to do so. This is Wonders of a Black Woman. In this call that was released from the phone calls from prison, I want to go over some key things about this particular call and what it strikes me about Sonya is that she knows that Ernesto is guilty. He knows that he's guilty, but you see how they speak, knowing that they're being recorded, see how they speak in this particular call with the understanding that they're just some seasoned, dry rub liars. They really get into character. And that's what con artists do. They really get into character, right? They know that they did what they're being accused of. And maybe he's not guilty of everything, but his hands aren't clean either. Shirley's hands aren't clean. Sonia's hands aren't clean. Ernesto's hands aren't clean. You see how Sonya went and pretended as though she wasn't having an affair with Ernesto. And she swore up and down she wasn't having an affair. But she was lying. And you see, this is a call that was from August. But you see as time went on, in the call later towards the end of 2023, where he was basically trying to convince Sonya to extort these people for money through Shirley. You know, he was insinuating that he had this bombshell evidence that they would not want brought to the public. You see, Ernesto is getting sick of sitting in that jail. His patience is running thin. And of course, there is no honor amongst criminals. You know, so his patience started getting thin towards the end of 2023, where he was trying to push this egghead, silly woman to try to extort these people for money. And of course, Sonya, being the foolish person that she is, wasn't foolish enough at that time to give in. She kept saying she would rather get money through YouTube and other channels. She didn't, you know, she was letting him know that she was hesitant to mess with that beehive because it's a dangerous demonic beehive. These people are very powerful. And if Ernesto thinks that he can't be touched in jail, if they could touch Epstein in jail, they could touch him in jail. So the bottom line is, we're going to listen to this call as they try to pretend as though he's just an innocent victim of the crooked justice system. Now, I'm not saying everything they're doing to him is right. We know the criminal justice system in this country is flawed, especially when it comes to black people. But my thing is, don't do anything that you're not supposed to do so you won't get caught in this spider web.
It's so common, though. I went out yesterday and I was talking to this girl who's a lawyer. She's from Miami, but she lived here. And she was telling me that her friend was an Uber driver and he was accused of. And they had the whole thing was on camera where the girl, you know, got her stuff and got out the car. And then, I don't know, she tried to make a pass at him, but he didn't, you know, accept her advances. And he was just like, whatever. He never got out the car or anything, dropped her off, kept going. She went and said he raped her. And they even had it on film that he never left, that he never did anything. Took him 3 years for them to drop the charges. Yeah, 3 years.
That's that shit I'm talking about.
3 years, and they had that evidence. The fact that you had video evidence that stated off rip that he never got out the car. He left, and he went home. Everything was on video because he was an Uber driver. He had his whole ride, all his rides was on being recorded.
Wow.
It took 3 years of that boy's life.
Oh, he stayed locked up for 3 years?
No, he was locked up for 3 years. Yeah, they didn't give him no bond. That's what we really need to work on. We out here is that whole with no bond, because
that's what
it's so crazy how you got murderers that get out and you can shoot 5, 6, 7 people and they still give you a bond.
That's what I've been talking about the whole time.
Dangerous. Right, you're more dangerous as a murderer than anything. And if a person that shoot and kill or stab or strangle, they getting bombed. I don't get that whole thing with that thing, because it doesn't have to be violent. You could date somebody and...
I think the reason he didn't get bond is because they thought that he was a flight risk. So if they think you're a flight risk, you're not going to get bond.
She say no, and that's a version of...
Right. And that's what's been on my brain the whole entire time. And for 3 days, strongly, heavily. Yeah, because see, I can understand now when I see people who really didn't do shit wrong, it fucks with them mentally. The ones who done did something, it don't fuck with them as hard. But like me,
just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because some people don't own it.
No. I mean, basically, what I haven't read the whole report, but what was read to me, I mean, I know I'm innocent anyway, but what I'm saying to you is that I'm being framed for something that makes no sense. Mm-hmm. It makes no sense. Then I went back and looked at a lot of dates and stuff. All this shit is this shit crazy.
And then the fact that what don't make sense is, it's okay, so she said it happened at 19, but all of 20, you was in LA. So why didn't she say something then? You weren't even in town. So if she's scared, you get me? Because she's trying to use that, he said he was going to kill me as her thing, But you in the whole, across the country, why not say something then? What you scared of? I'm not even in town,
None of that makes sense.
And then you come back around me 2 years later, and then you still around me. I don't get that. But
Sonya should be ashamed of herself. I'm sure she was a victim of abuse, and she's a victim of Nesto abusing her as well. I mean, in my opinion, and everything that I say in this video is my personal opinion. There are women who can be the R word and they don't run to the police. That happens a lot. Women being abused. And as we see in some cases, men can be abused too. You can't always say, well, why didn't you hurry up and go to the police? Or why didn't you do this? Or why didn't you do that? This woman, Sonya, is so busy looking for daddy in Nesto and men like him. She runs around with little baby hair swoops and the ponytail and tries to come across like she's so childlike when she's almost 60 years old. So she obviously has some sort of emotional and mental issues, unresolved traumas that she's dealing with. And she thinks that she's getting favor from this daddy-like figure, this, this guy who is basically running around abusing women. And I'm sure she is privy to this information. It's not like she's in a vacuum, and neither was Shirley. They're okay with this tough guy, this roughneck, this bad boy. It somehow gives them that daddy disciplining the bad daughter. It's you ladies know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Some women out here have issues where they want a man to dominate them, tell them what to do. discipline them, you know, stuff like that, because they have some sort of emotional traumas that are unresolved, some sort of psychological daddy issues or daddy abandonment issues. Sonya definitely has issues. She's sitting there trying to make excuses for this pimp that got busted. She's trying to get him out of prison. And why is she trying to get him out of prison? And I know from women like her, it's all so he could get in between her legs into that bedroom. That's all women like her and Shirley care about, is that dong, da dong, dong, dong. You know, so they will put up with anything as long as they feel that they're in love with a man. He can touch their children, their dog. He could do anything. He could say anything. He can, and they will be hanging on like a booger stuck to nose hairs. They will just keep riding and riding it. So I felt sorry for Sonya a little bit when this guy who knows that what Shirley and Steve is connected to, when he was talking about the basically the cabal that gets people off of these types of charges in Hollywood, and how she can try to finesse Shirley to get some money for him on the strength that he has evidence against some of her peoples that they wouldn't want to get public. You know, I sort of felt sorry for Sonya a little bit, because I'm like, here this man is willing to let her go into the lion's den to try to get money for him, knowing that these people are dangerous. They're not that nickel and dime hustling type of thugs from the street. These are high-end, powerful, wealthy, well-connected people that's connected into Hollyweird and these different Epstein-type circles. So Sonya mess around with that, she definitely will become incinerated. She won't just get burned. She will get incinerated. So I was feeling sorry for her a little bit, but I don't feel sorry for women like that, because you help feed the beast.
I heard it's her father and them mad because they gave you some money, and whatever they wanted done, they mad about that, so that's why she crying. Which I've seen that. That's very common. Girls ask for money, or it's about money, so they cry. Like I said, this girl I know, she did it to her baby father.
Do you understand? She's trying to feed him. She's trying to feed him what to say. You know what I'm saying? She's trying to feed him ideas of a defense. She's not going to just blatantly say, well, you could say she wanted money, so you didn't give it to her, so she cried the R word. She's trying to give him ideas of what to say. That's why he's like, oh, okay. You know, he's there. They try so hard to talk in code, and she's trying to help him. But in the end, she's the one that's helping to sink his battleship. In her desire to put herself in this controversy, and her desire to stand by her imaginary daddy, she is putting herself and him, especially him, in even more trouble, because it doesn't look good what they're doing.
Sure.
Wait a minute, how big we had it?
Yeah, she did it to her baby's father, and said it, got mad and lied on her on purpose. They need to make a law about that, where if you lie, that'll stop the lie. They need that. That's the problem. That need to be a law.
What's the matter? Is it getting nasty to you?
I was going to get my nails done yesterday, but I sat up at this spot. Me and Maddie, we were up at Chicago Bar for like 6 hours yesterday.
know he a criminal, what is that? All that was said, and she just said, okay, I'm gonna drop this down to 7,000, rest on 10,000. Boom, that was it. You stay away from using them cards.
But you know what? But I was thinking yesterday night, the whole thing with them confiscating your stuff. Roswell don't have jurisdiction. Those cases aren't in Roswell. They don't have jurisdiction to touch your stuff. They can't say those cases aren't even theirs. So why are they talking about for the victims?
But hold on. I asked you again. I say, what is the jurisdiction? You said, no, they have the right. Then you came back a month and a half later, asked you the same thing. Oh, no, they don't have jurisdiction. I said, how do you know that? Because I read it. That's what you told me.
I sent you jurisdiction.
No, you didn't.
I didn't send you the statute on jurisdiction.
No, I didn't get none of that.
I'll send it to you. I'll send you the statute.
Yeah, so what I'm saying.
The problem is, he needs real attorneys, not some crackpot ghetto thinks she's a lawyer attorney. Like, he needs a real attorney to advise him. Like, she wants to be so useful to him. And the only way she could really be useful to him is get him a damn good lawyer. She's not an attorney. She needs to stop giving him legal advice. She doesn't know what the F she's talking about. All of this money that she and Shirley is supposed to have been forked over to pay for attorneys. They can't get him an attorney that is really worth anything.
Okay, so, and I'm saying to myself, you ain't even listening. so
you got mad at me. You got mad at me?
Well, because I know I ain't crazy. I do a lot. Listen, this shit right here is so powerful. Them shits right there is so powerful. Fuck this talking right. This shit right here, these things here good. So what I'm saying is, so they left me a warrant. I only got one. I know she's gonna bring me the other two. But the one, the business partner, so I read all that, and I circled out whatever, but I don't want to talk about it on the phone. But I know I was right about that too. So I'm not worried. That stuff I'm not worried about.
We're going to court on everything. That's just what it is. You got to just go to trial.
Yeah, I'm worried about that. But see, it ain't. I got trial, but I'm talking about it ain't fair for me to be sitting in here that long.
Right. I know.
You know what I'm saying? Then I found the arrest record in my discovery package when the day they arrested me. It shows nothing probable cause why they arrested me.
Other than a warrant from that Calvin situation. That's it. I already told you there was no probable cause. None.
So.
And I told your lawyer that there's no probable cause, which means that search warrant is invalid, which means anything found with the search warrant got to be thrown out because there's no probable cause. There has to be some type of law that's broken for it to be a probable cause. A smell of weed, some 911 call, violence, something.
Wait a minute. If she's got to tell his lawyer about the law, then maybe you paying the wrong person. Because I'm not an attorney myself. But how is she telling the attorney what is probable cause and not probable cause and what should be thrown out and what shouldn't be thrown out? If your lawyer was worth a penny that you're paying, they should know all of that. So, either she's sitting on the phone blowing smoke up this country nigga's ass, or she just is blowing smoke up his behind. That's just as simple as that. And he's so desperate to hold on to somebody that's willing to basically sell ass over ankles just to get him out of jail, that he's willing to entertain whatever she's saying. You see how fast, when Shirley wasn't willing to continue on this train, he was ready to wash his hands of her as soon as she stopped, giving him any money. But he was always playing Shirley all along, just like he, I'm sure, has somebody else in the pipeline when Sonya gets sick of all of this. But Sonya's trying to build her fame and be the next Shirley 2.0 off of this whole controversy.
Not lack of furniture and late for rent.
And then I'm going, it's just so much I want to talk about, but I ain't going to talk about it on this visit right here. I have to talk later, but it's so much, it's so many shit pieces that's so fucked up in this whole situation. It takes somebody to sit here and read this shit and see it. And I know Manny is not going to take time and read nothing and put nothing together.
That's why the lawyer has to have, and that's what I'm going to work on today when I get back home. I'm going to just do something where she can just have bullet points for when she goes in court and just speak on the 2 convictions were from the 90s when you were 22, right? 22 years old, right? Because they keep trying to make it seem like it was current, like you stay in trouble. No, I'm like, no. That's why it was important for him to say the armed robbery happened in 1990, whatever.
Well, he does stay in trouble because that's why Shirley was saying if you got to get your shit together if you're going to be moving like you're moving out here in these streets. Basically, in my opinion, Shirley knew what he was up there doing, but she was saying if you're going to be doing all this stuff, you need to make sure you have your stuff together because just like he said, these types of cases and things like that is nothing new to people that is connected in Hollywood and these types of celebrities and stuff. The SA, the R, the child stuff, all of that is not new. It's just they know how to hide things more. It's just they deal with pimps and madams that have their stuff together a little bit better. Maybe more police chiefs in their pockets or DAs in their pocket or judges in their pocket that can squash certain things when it comes up. But like he was also saying in one of the phone calls, a lot of people that experience this stuff from these people, they may not have their stuff together. They may just want to they'll be willing to keep things quiet and out of the public eye if they get paid, if they get a settlement. But like he's saying, he had proof and he has his stuff together, so he can demand money so he could keep what he has quiet. And that's when he was trying to get Sonya to extort these people, because that's basically what it is, extortion, to extort these people for money via Shirley, giving it to her. But anyway, this phone call, I'm going to leave a link for it in the description box. The phone call also gets into this fantasy or quote-unquote dream that Sonya claimed that she had about Shirley.
When I first got locked up in the jail, I peeped all that. With the truck, how the truck, all that. They put all that shit in there. Everything. Yeah. So I peeped everything. Everything going on is with hearsay, what they hearing, what conversations being made. Yeah. So, and that's what I'm saying. So if they don't give me the bond, I'm fucked. I can sit here for actually 4 years. I've seen people in here that long. Yeah, and then they finally let them go.
We're not going to argue in there that long.
Yeah. So I don't know why Buddy stayed in there so long, and then he took a trial and they let him out.
They just dropped the charges because they didn't have any evidence in the first place, because the video showed that he never left the vehicle, so he never touched her.
Wow.
That she flat out lied.
And she gone about her life. Gone about her life.
And that's what I said to Stacy. I was like, so what did he do about the lady who made the false claims. That he go and see, he should have sued her, and he should have sued the county, Broward County.
He didn't do it.
She's like, he don't have his paperwork yet for citizenship. I said, don't matter. Don't matter. That should have never happened. He had video proof, immediate video proof that showed he was innocent.
Yeah.
That lady should have been accountable. She should have been held accountable for her lies. It needs to be a women stop doing it. They're not gonna learn until they stop doing it.
Yeah, that's true.
They did that shit with Jesse Smollett when his fake attack. They went after him. So why can't you go after all of these women and these fake ass accusations? All of these bitter ass daddies. All these girls that be mad.
Well, and then I don't know what the bond gonna be on that, whatever that gonna be. So that shit probably be don't even know. I don't even know. So that's what my brain at right now.
I'm not tired of being there.
Yeah, and you know what?
And you don't see an end. That's the thing. You don't see an end. That's the problem.
Because I see they can sit me in here and just sit me in here and then come back and say, "Oh man, we're sorry." I already know what's going on. I see it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but let me go back to this here. So, I don't know what you dream about them people for, because I haven't talked to them.
It was so weird. It was, again, I was in the house and all your pictures were up. And she came over. And I was trying to throw the pictures down. I don't know why. She keep hanging with me. And I was just sitting there like, and so she was just saying something. And I'm like, and then I see a picture that I missed, and I'm like trying to get my sister to go get that picture. Before she see the picture, I'm like,
But you don't have to put your shit down. Keep your shit up. You don't have to do all that. You don't have to do. You don't live your life like that.
No, my pictures are up. They're all over the place. I got one by the bed, one in the bathroom, one in the kitchen.
Yeah, don't live your life like that. That's not even fair to yourself. You know what I'm saying?
I'm cool with it.
I'm just saying. I know it, but don't even live like that. Live free. Fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? Some things is meant, some things is not. So I'm not worried about it. I was just worried about my freedom. What the fuck I gotta do? So that's where I'm at right now.
So you didn't call me at all yesterday because you was mad?
I had to figure this shit out, man. I got to figure this shit out. It's driving me crazy because I got to figure it out. But it was a good thing. You had a chance to do what you need to do. So
no, that ain't the point. You're supposed to call me regardless.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah. 2 seconds. I don't want to hear that.
Okay. Well, I love you too, and you're absolutely right. It's just that I have a lot of questions, and you're not listening, and I can't waste no money on the phone when I don't have your attention. I had to have your attention because this shit is important.
Tell me to stop talking. That's all you got to do. Okay. Stop talking.
No, because you'll talk all over me until you get your point across. You do it every time. So, got another question. I bet my knucklehead didn't even call you. I bet he didn't say he got what he needed. See, that's what I'm talking about. All that.
I thought about that this morning.
Yeah, don't get them folks no more information. No, don't do none of that. Don't even talk to them folks like that no more, because all that's bullshit. You have to have enough time. It's very, very serious. Because I read that paper today. That shit is every charge that they said you got to go to a Superior Court judge, that's what I've been charged with. Those 4 things with no bond, all 4 of those is on that paper that I read. Super. And that's what I got, all 4 of those. So, what'd you say?
I said that's crazy. I mean, people just, I don't see how, well, I do know. I mean, I've been in criminal law to understand people do lie when they get mad and they accuse people of shit that is out of the, crazy.
She knows they're not all lying.
Yeah, and then on top of that, when I do get ready to go to, if I do go to a bond hearing, they're gonna try to use the other shit that they gave me $800,000 on, use that against me. Say, well, he's a repeated offender for that. You see what I'm saying?
They can't call that on you. You gotta be innocent until proven guilty. So that's what she has. I know that's not how it goes. But she has to stress that when she's in court. Stop bringing up things he's not convicted of. That's just a charge. People are wrongfully accused all the time. Quit bringing up stuff in court that he's not convicted of. If you want to talk about a conviction, that's fine. But we're not talking about accusations because they haven't been proven. And that's what she has to stress.
Okay, so let me go back. I asked you to look at that video 5 times. Go back and look at the video 5 times. Did you go do it? No, you did not. No, you did not. You told me, you said, hey, I'm gonna take these last 2 days when I get back. I'm gonna be studying on what I need to be on. Have you done that? No, you have not. Then I asked you, I said, hey, listen, can you check? And I can hear the frustration in your voice. I don't feel like fucking with this shit right now.
That's never the case.
I can hear it in your voice.
No,
you know why I can hear it in your, I know. Why, you know what? When you do this right here, I got you.
Shut up.
No.
We know she snorts.
Don't I know you?
I'm so sorry. Listen, it's never a fact. Yeah, too well.
She's powdering her nose.
A matter of not wanting to do anything. That's never the case. Sometimes when I get off the phone, I forget what you asked me to do. Unless I'm thinking about it. Like not thinking about it. When I'm thinking about something of the case, then I get up and I do something about it. But when we talk about something, then we change the subject and we talk about something else. When you get off the phone with me, you got to tell me that at the end of the conversation. Go do it now. Then I'll remember. You know, my mind is fucked up. And that's no excuse, but that is the reality. Remember.
Don't I know you, though?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So that's good.
So why didn't you call me yesterday?
I just told you. Listen,
okay, well, you better call me.
Because I know you. Listen, it don't make sense to waste.
Ernesto don't want to hear all that shit. He wants somebody to help him get out of jail. So, I mean, you know, she could go powder her nose and all of that. She has her freedom. You know, his patience is going to wear kind of thin if she's not doing what she got to do to help him get out. Because he's not going to want to keep sitting up in there. He's already frustrated.
Beautiful time on the phone. I could be talking nice.
It's never a waste. It's never a waste. Even if you got to say something negative, I'm here for it. That's fine. I'm okay with it.
Okay. And I don't like making nobody feel like they're a burden to what the fuck I got going on. Because
what I'm dealing with, I'm okay with that. I inserted myself in a situation, so it's not like you called me. I called you.
Let me tell you what really pissed me off. So the guy that I tell you getting ready to get out, getting ready to go home, they dropped the charge down to a misdemeanor. But you see,
and we're gonna leave it at that. I will continue following this series of the Shirley, Steve, Ernesto, Sonya telenovela. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment below if you're so motivated to do so. This is Wonder of a Black Woman. I will say to all of you women out here, stop letting these men draw you into situations that is not healthy for you, could end up causing you physical pain, emotional pain, monetary loss, could cause you to end up dead or in jail. Whatever traumas you're dealing with, seek help. It is so okay, especially nowadays, for you to talk to a therapist. Whatever stigma may have been on it in the past, it's okay to talk to a therapist now. People are really understanding how things you saw or experienced, especially in childhood, early adulthood, how it really can affect you in your life and in the decisions that you make in your life. So it's okay to say that you need help. You know, I look at a person like Sonya and I can say, you're better than this, Sonya. You deserve better than this. And when I heard Ernesto say to Shirley, you basically are like a mother who's abandoning her son for a boyfriend and is just running off. He said something to that effect. I know he has to have some sort of traumas he's dealing with as well. And perhaps some men out there can speak on that. Mother, putting a man above everything, or abandoning. I noticed that men whose mothers abandoned them, or girls whose fathers abandoned them, there's a trauma with that. I mean, of course, there's going to be trauma with that. And so you look at how these people are interacting in society, and I look at how Sonya and Ernesto is interacting with each other, and the only thing I can say is, girl, get some help. Because you keep messing around with Ernesto and women like Sonya out here. You keep messing around with these types of people like Ernesto, and you're just going to get burned. You're just going to end up losing in the end. And you should love yourself more than than what you think you love this abuser. Anyway, that's my commentary on this latest video. Thanks, phone calls from prison. I will leave a link in the description if you want to listen to the full video uninterrupted. Click on the link in the description box. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment below if you're so motivated to do so. This is Wonders of a Black Woman. Peace.